Hello and welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you, and this one is by Diamine. It's called Amaranth Pink, and I'm going to go ahead and make a swatch here real quick. This is a really pretty bright, like a fuchsia pink. Hopefully the camera is picking up the color. Really pretty color. All right, let's put a little extra here. And then we need to write the name. Okay. Go ahead and get this out here and show you how that looks so far. And I'm going to go ahead and set this under a fan to dry. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's go ahead and do a couple of tests here on paper. This is just copy paper. I always like to test the inks out on this because sometimes you're at work or school and you don't have access to your nice papers. So we want to see how this performs, if it behaves well on the inexpensive papers. Copy paper, and it is really bright on here, very pretty purpley pink, like a fuchsia kind of color, very pretty. All right, and here is some Tomoe River paper, or not Tomoe River, I apologize, this is HP 32, and HP 32 is also a type of copy paper, but it's smoother and the ink tends to resist the ink a little bit so that the ink will show off its properties a little bit. So really good in between budget option. I'll draw some lines here. Whoops. There we go. And if there are any colors that you would like to see me review, leave a suggestion, and if I have the ink or if I can get it, then we'll do a review video. Alright, that's how that looks so far. Very pretty color. If you like the brighter purpley pinks, this would be a really good one. Alright, now we're on to the Tomoe River paper. And Tomoe River also resists the ink really well, so you get to see a lot of those nice different effects in the ink. Okay, Amaranth. And this is Tomoe River. And if you like these videos or if they're helpful to you at all, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any. And it also helps out this channel a lot. Alright, there we go. Really pretty. So I'm going to go check on the swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So here is how this came out on the copy paper. It performed really well. So this would be an okay one to use with some inexpensive paper. Very rich color. It's very pretty. And then compare that to the HP 32, you can see it's a lot richer in color, but it did well either way. It's more of a, almost more berry colored looking on this paper than it is on this paper, just a little bit. But there's also a little bit of shading going on, just a little. Something around like the edges, like down here, and some places where the ink gets laid down heavier. It's just a tiny bit of shading. And the color actually seems to be slightly different rather than just lighter or darker. It seems to be like a slightly different shade of pink. And then here on the Tomoe River you see a little bit more shading. It's not a whole lot though. It's not like some of the shading inks that I've seen, but you do see around here, like I said, the color seems to change around the edges here. There is something special to this, and it's really pretty. A very nice pink, and again, I don't know if the camera picks up these little details that I'm trying to describe to you. But it is there in real life. And then on the swatch card, it's this really pretty vibrant pink color, and then again you get a little bit of this ribbon, the halo shading around the ribbon a little bit, and the pink just seems to change color slightly from like this, I don't know, this kind of a brighter pink to something that's a little bit more, not muted, but just a different shade of pink. And then down here you can see there's some yellow sheen, and I think what's going on is that that yellow sheen is appearing where the ink is laid down heavier, and it's giving it that slightly different shade of pink look. And then down here in the writing you can see a little bit of what I'm talking about, where there's a little bit more shading in this writing, and the change in the shade of the pink is slightly different, not just light to dark, but just from like one type of pink to another type of pink, if that makes sense. So this is a really unusual one. If I can find it, I'll leave a link for you down below, and thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.